provisions, right? If you check the PPRC Act, the Political Parties Act, the constitution of the PPRC, groups and they represented it, Sierra Leone Bar Association represented it, Labour Congress represented.
I think similar act to IMC also.
Yes, exactly, the IMC Act. Then why not they nominate them persons, their representatives, and then the president.
And nomination on the talk, but also on the same particular bill.
Oh yeah, so now
or on the talk say, I mean, they can just select whosoever inside the committee, the organization.
No, nominated, they nominate.
The organization nominates by himself.
The organization is supposed to nominate.
Like Sludge, for instance, they nominate the post with the one for representative.
Okay, I'm go be Sludge representative, or Fofana be Sludge representative, or Sapsi be Sludge representative. Then they nominate the representative, and then the president do the appointment. That's so all other systems they work.
So the concern where member of parliament, they more from the opposition gets, because the bill where they before you they talk say we go nominate, like for let's say for the bar association, one lawyer. Where that's now one concern where they get. Then we get this concern how they don't get for like Sludge. Say like while one journalist represents where we know say we get Sludge president, you get bar association president, the civil society self, then that bill where they before you say you go and then go nominate civil society person. So with all this before, because you say you now meet with the technical committee and all, then concern you particularly you get for the research and nomination committee, we don't come up and waiting about our response.
Oh yeah, we meet and discuss this. So the concern where a lot of people didn't get was that the way the thing read, it almost read like saying that the president now in the choose on behalf of them groups and they, because you say, the president, where there's a vacancy in the office of the chief electoral commissioner or member of the electoral commission, appoint such a nomination committee for the purpose of nominating chief electoral commissioner or members of the commission, and they would comprise in them groups. So a lot of people in reading of was that we were saying that the president they choose from them groups. Now we get other statutes in this country. We get similar provision, and then people they can nominate their own representatives. But for give comfort and clarity on this, so that we not get to a point, for example, like President Bio, all the statutes where it don't meet, that's how he has applied them. But for me, we not get a situation where we get a president down the road where power go ahead and then just say no, this is not the constitution says, so I'm supposed for even choose on behalf of them groups, and we don't say we will strengthen the language. We will make it very clear. Yes, and similar to which you get now the IMC Act, like the IMC Act, where it talk about a journalist is nominated by Sierra Leone Association of Journalists. Where it talk about a lawyer is nominated by the Sierra Leone Bar Association. So we don't say go straight in that language there. But at the end of the day, it really boils down to waiting members of parliament agree to. After all the debates. If they agree saying that this proposal that they go with, we will strengthen that language there. If they decide saying that another proposal that they go with, we will make sure say that language there in that other proposal is strong enough for represent the interests of the people of this country.
Okay, let's move to another particular section, and the bill also don't be very, very, contradicting, or don't be so much, debatable. Now the well of parliamentary campaign the threshold. You see the arguments on that in a parliament. Whilst APC they say they will maintain the 55%, SFP they say low good to the proposed bill. What are the spirits behind this proposal in the first place? 50 plus 1.
So like I say, this is the proposal we go way back to the work where Justice Kawandu, where several groups including the APC, being proposed say the 55% threshold too high, and the cost of runoff too much for this country. So someone could go to 50 plus 1. Right? And then you come at the tripartite committee where I served on the tripartite committee. Right, and on that committee, we recommend, make we transition to 50 plus 1. And so government take their recommendations and say, let's move on to 50 plus 1. But of course, we propose a threshold system. From the tripartite committee, the proposal was that we go to 50 plus 1 plus
25%.
25% and half of the voting districts. Of course, when the bill come out, we say, make it be 20% now, 2/3 of the voting district. Because, look, when tripartite committee suggests, say, make we get 25% and half of the voting district, tripartite committee was trying to solve the problem. Was trying to make sure, saying, yes, you reduce the threshold to 50 plus 1, but we also make sure, say, the candidate or the winner gets a broad mandate, right, for represent the people in this country also. And we say, there has to be a deliberate effort for keep the country together. Make a candidate not just rely on a stronghold and then say it will win an election. But when we do the calculation, when we do the math, we realize say the problem not solved by that. Because if you say half of the votes in this street, any party can still rely on a stronghold. Forget that half day. You know, and not go to the other side. And so that is why we've been suggesting make it be 2/3 of the votes in this street. But then we realize say this is one of those provisions we don't generate a lot of controversy. And so when we set up a technical team made up of APC and the government of Sierra Leone, the meetings happen at my office. We settle on a proposal say make we stick to 50+1. We then be the original proposal and forget about the district level threshold. You understand? Again, I want to emphasize to Fambulem, this not a government in creation. This not a government generates this and say, oh, this then go give government advantage. No, this is not an SLPP proposal. This is not a proposal where the APC be make. This is not a proposal where all the stakeholders they make. We don't be tested in other countries. You understand? And so that is how it made its way into
this same argument. You don't keep on the mention them since the start of the program. You also see in a parliament, and a lot of SLPP member of parliament them say in a parliament say this is not the idea of the APC. All who to carry forward so couch in a parliament. But you listen the leader of opposition where they argue. He said this not to be a cabinet resolution.
I don't know.
Conclusion. You listen them.
Well, I don't know about that because the point is that some other person will be in the cabinet at the time. Because Mohamed Bangura in grab now the well of parliament, he say him in the cabinet at the time. He said this is something will be a cabinet resolution. That's what he said. I don't know, may not be in a cabinet at the time. But let us even say it was not a cabinet resolution. When you say cabinet resolution, that it means cabinet don't take a decision on them. It still not defeats the purpose. Say it was a proposal. There was reason for that proposal. You understand? And then government, continuity in government come and take up that proposal.
And you still not think the APC government by being a reason if Abdul Kabo write in the argument on that day, being a reason not for Gamna cabinet?
Everyone will always have a reason for something. We all not will ever agree. Sometimes we'll get consensus. Sometimes we will not have consensus. Okay. Right? But the point is that the 50+1 model, right, don't be tried in a lot of countries. As a matter of fact, in a lot of countries that they practice. We never deny so in Liberia. Now they practice. If you go countries like Kenya, you understand, Ghana, you understand, now they practice. And so when various people that don't make this proposal, when we of course as government also watch and look at the cost of runoff now this country also, and watch say the 50+1 still gives a candidate the majority of votes in this country also. You understand? Yes, people then say you're reducing threshold. But then, you know, there are practical considerations for reducing that threshold. There are a lot of consultations. We don't go into this.
AG will come back.
We'll come to this level here soon.
Okay, we'll come back. We can maybe talk more on that 50+1 because that they don't raise plenty concern among people and save member of parliament, more especially the one in the opposition. Now, not time for we go for a break. We'll come back. We'll continue the program.
Cecil, do you know any sharp user I go able get quality laptop or desktop computer for buy? When I go give me wahala like the last one?
Aisha, you see this Dell computer na me hand? It don't pass 8 years from where I begin user. It don't one day give me problem. Na Palestino International in shop, na 5 and 6 Gloucester Street, na they are buyer. Not to copyright Palestino they sell, na original. You see this me plasma TV, this Samsung home theater, me standing fan and mobile phone. Every day when you see them, it's like a new one. They don't pass 8 years na me hand. Palestino don't open Palestino International Computer Shop na 3 Bojon Street Bow. Also you they get all kind computer for buy. For more, just call 076 56 5432. 077805898. Palestino International in Computer Shop. All team day for you.
Nothing on the pressure on me.
Hey! They don't do more. They don't do PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, the #1 foreign exchange bureau in the country. They give all the customers them 1% cashback for every transaction where they make through Western Union, MoneyGram, or RIA. Not so nice K. PC4 in Exchange Bureau, no 1% the game. So you will get Famul, Paddy, or business partner where they send for you money through Western Union, MoneyGram, or RIA. Run go now any PC and Son shop where they all about the country. For you where they free tongue, PC and Son shop they now 16 Godrich Road Lumley, 59 Wellington Street, 31 Guard Street, 19 Frobe Road, 10 and 53 Sanya Bacha Street, 32A Wilkinson Road, 9 Couture Road, and 24 City Road Port C. For Waterloo Famulem, within a 9A Liverpool Street, Waterloo, for Famulem where they upline, within a 76 Sky Corridor Road Corner, within a 5 Palmer Street Kabbalah, 54 Dambala Road Bow, within our number 4 Denby Street Kenema, 39 Rogbane Road Makeni, 137 Airport Ferry Road Lunge, Lagos Compound Kailaun, and 35 IDA Road, Gambia. Tell your neighbor say, PC4 in Exchange Bureau, the 1% the game.
The program we listen to now, good morning, salute, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. AG still on the argument for the threshold 50+1. APC, they say on for all FM, either the 55 or na make sure say that 50+1 they go with 25%. I mean, now certain set of the district them way them believe say that one they still go able for yield the dividend to now one for credit. So nothing say the argument justifiable at this point.
No, so look, for me, if people say let's go 50+1 plus the threshold system at this street, I'm in for that.
The
25%.
Yeah, but now they say 20.
No, look, we're not stuck to that. In meetings where we don't get with APC and other stakeholders, matter of fact, I will tell you, say the last meeting where we get with the APC, the side where we end was that we'll go 50+1 plus. No. First we say 50+1 plus the 25%. Now half of the vote in the street.
Yeah, it's capacity recommend.
Exactly. We say let's go to the tripartite.
You wanna change.
No, we say let's go to the tripartite position. Then at some point in the last meeting with APC, again, the proposal can say for get rid of the 25%. Me, I'm a big fan of the threshold system. You understand? And so me, I'm happy for that to be there. If they say make we keep on there, we keep on there. If they say let's go to the tripartite position, we go to the tripartite position. But that is different from few days before within a parliament, that was the position, to now we're going to parliament for saying no, 55% we support. Those are different things. And so we got to be honest with the people of Sierra Leone. Make we take responsibility. Make we not don't agree on certain things then we will go down at the main pitch for play the game, one distance we set from them. No. Up to a few days before we go to parliament, we common position was 50+1. In fact, APC tell we say, let us go back to the tripartite position. We have 50+1 plus the 25% and half of it. We said, okay, let us go back there. Now it is different for make few days later, you come out and say, no, my position has always been 55%. No, that is not. For me, I can always say, leadership is when you're truthful to the people of Sierra Leone. Even if it means you get to take responsibility, say, I get something wrong, and so I want to make it right, you can put your language there. But for now, come and disown certain things completely and act like, no, this don't be in position. We're actually up to a few days before and going years back. You don't be very, very consistent on the need for a reduced threshold. That's go raise concern. But look, me, I always don't operate from the standpoint say, this is not a country where we all like. This is not a country where we all love. We just choose for channel we love for this country also through different vehicles. And so sometimes them vehicles and they through which with the channel we love for this country also, they make with disagreements and they come out. This is not to the first time we don't get disagreements on them kind of issues there, so this is not to the last time we will get disagreements. What's important now that even within disagreements here, so we believe say we will find common ground and make sure say this system has to work for the people of this country.
Okay, AG, continue for the between the program. Now inside the program, they read the first set of text message. This one from Abdul Rashid say, AG, say my question is this: is there going to be a referendum as part of the review of the 1991 Constitution?
This other person now 0779819819 line. I think they come up from Macton and New England really. They say AG can the resignation from party will be misused to remove a president or vice president for political reason. Also decide if there is a war or emergency to extend the president's term. What checks are there to prevent abuse?
This one is from Victor Foley. They say what the Labour Congress recommend then during the past position paper was 50+1, as you said. Please, sir, can you help us to know what is the recommendation from Labour Congress this time around?
This other person now WhatsApp line, they say now that the Great Constitutional Amendment Bill 2025 has proceeded to the committee stage in the House of Parliament, I urge all parliamentarians from both sides to make that bill more inclusive by including the representative of people with disability. If we miss it at this time and in that bill, it will confirm nothing but a leap of service for inclusion and advancement of people with disability in governance. Following and listening to the current constitutional debate, the inclusion issue of people with disability has been totally forgotten. I think this so much long way we go stop. I go stop now, yeah? You know?
And this one from Tijan Kaikai, they say the constitutional amendments in parliament is like just for politicians, not for the ordinary citizen, because if it's a clear stand of both the two majority political parties, the APC and the SLPP, the APC is saying they need the first past the post because it's best for them, while the SLPP say they want the proportional representation because it's best for them. So from these various stand and arguments in parliament and on social media platform, clearly tells us that they are only fighting for themselves while leaving the masses out of this. It shows that these politicians are wicked, dishonest, and self-centered. They are only fighting for themselves instead of us. I want to assure them that they will not live there forever because the world is a stage and human beings are merely players.
This other person now 0779819819 line. They say the democracy. Why is that the minister only make mention of APC party and not other political parties? Are there not other political parties to consult with?
This one from Abubakar Darami says since 1996 election, no political party has got 50+1. So always the first one gets 40%.
This other person again from 0779819819 line. They say I'm happy only parliament by 2/3 majority can remove a sitting president or vice president who has been expelled from the political party under which they are elected.
This one they say unlike the enforceable human rights found in chapter 3, the social and economic goals in chapter 2 are non-justiciable. What are the new guiding directives to make it enforceable in the courts by citizens?
Away from SMS line and WhatsApp, I come back na Facebook and join in Okabe. I will say this other person, Ibrahim Sisi, they say Honorable Minister of Justice Dr. Sylvia Blyden has raised a constitutional concern on the constitutional amendment bill, citing section 106 of the 1991 Constitution and an entrenched time frame ending no later 11 October 2018. What are the legal implications for our interpretation? Has government examined her observation, and can legislations lawfully alter an entrenched constitutional timeline, or must constitutional supremacy prevail?
And this one from Samuel Sibo Karina on Facebook page, they say the issues surrounding the debate over the proportional representation system is not only about the cost of conducting by elections or whether people know they are members of parliament. At the heart of the debate between the two major political parties is the question of which electoral system is more favorable to each party. The SLPP believe the proportional representation system gives it an advantage because it has the potential to secure votes across all the districts in Sierra Leone. On the other hand, the APC believes that the first past the post or constituency-based system is more favorable to its political strength and electoral strength. The concern for the APC is that under the PR system, it may struggle to secure the required threshold of votes in some districts, particularly in the part of the southeast, where the SLPP has traditional voters. The SLPP believe that it can obtain votes across the country and therefore stand to benefit more from a nationwide proportional system. In essence, the ongoing debate between the two political parties is largely influenced by political conduct and perception that one electoral system may favor one party over the other, whilst both parties may present different arguments in support of their preference of their peripheral system. The undelaying system is largely about which electoral arrangements give each party the best chance of securing parliamentary, representative and political advantage.
This other person on our Facebook page, when actually discussed, they say our main concern is not the 50+1 threshold because the APC is confident of beating SLPP at any day or night. The biggest concern is the 20% vote in districts at a time when cabinet has already approved the creation of 2 more districts in the southeast. You can still win the election even if you get few votes compared to your opponent in that, and that is not democracy.
So more message, we will come first, let the AG respond, then we can take the second set of message them. AG, don't listen to the messages, then we will respond to some of them.
Thank you so much. I like the engagement. I really like where, the people of this country are so don't be engaged in the process. And, remember earlier, when I talk, I say, this is what we want. This now, we responsibility for make sure so we provide answers to the questions where people get in this country. So I'll go through them really fast. The first person they ask whether we get forget any referendum. Yes, we get forget a referendum. But quickly, I will say, in we constitution lay out those provisions when are non-entrenched provisions. For them provisions, then the parliament can able for amend them provisions and they. But the one that when are entrenched provisions, the Constitution inside Section 108 identify those entrenched provisions, including Chapter 3, where you get for do with human rights. If you touch any of them entrenched provisions, then the Parliament get for vote. After Parliament don't vote, they get for take and go to a referendum, make the people get a say on them. So now we don't face this. We get the non-entrenched provisions there, so we go through Parliament, and after that, we get a bigger package we made up of both entrenched and non-entrenched provisions. Now, at the end of all of this, like we say, I don't say so repeatedly, we believe, say, the nature and character of the 1991 Constitution would then change so much that we'll call them a new Constitution, and that Constitution as a package, therefore, go into a referendum. So the people get a say. In that referendum, people will get a chance for vote yes or no, whether they agree or they not agree. So if somebody they ask say whether referendum get for day, yes, referendum get for day, but it get for day on the full package of the Constitution. Somebody asked questions about removal of president or vice president, case of resignation or even resignation. If somebody resign as president or vice president, that's fine. But if you resign from a political party, or you if you resign from a political party or then expel you from a political party, a process they will laid out in the Constitution on how Parliament go remove that person from office. So the proposal where they inside this bill now for ensure say waiting we been get with the Sam Sumana case. We know one day happen at this country also, make it not happen again. We are in somebody who don't be elected for serve as president or vice president. He lose membership now the political party, and then we use that for remove him as president or vice president. It basically means that the people go don't vote, but then the leadership of the political party can able reverse the people a mandate. Now that's the system, right? That is the law of the land, because Supreme Court being there for make a determination on that matter. So one for make sure say it inside the Constitution. So if somebody resign now or is expelled from the political party we elect in Kana office as president or vice president, that not means say automatically the person go cease for be president or vice president. It only means say it go trigger the process within a parliament, right? So that now we don't put it. The other thing where somebody asked now, war emergency, whether for extended term of the president. Right now, the Constitution, what in the Constitution say, if the country they at war, right, or in a state of war, or there's a state of emergency, Parliament can extend in life and by extension the presidency by 6 months. Renewable ones. So if family members say then we will be going on at this country also before the election in 2002, where parts of the country not being accessible under President Kaba, Parliament may do that extension day. And that extension they been take place twice, and then we get election. Somebody asked whether Labour Congress get the same position. You know, Labour Congress don't express concern about this threshold system we ask questions about. When me and them meet, me and my team will explain to them what make we call the proposal for the threshold system. Then see the rationale. Then so now for don't explain it here, but they ask them make we engage more. You understand? So yes, we're able for meet with them and answer their questions. Somebody asked about persons with disability. Yes, inside the broader constitutional package, we make sure say we address concerns for persons with disability. We don't talk say in fact section 27, when one of the human rights provisions inside the constitution, we go for rewrite completely for make sure say we really eliminate, you know, room for discrimination, not only based on sex, but also, you know, for persons with disability. Inside the Persons with Disability Act, remember say even the 30%, minimum 30%, what we talk about now for put inside the Constitution. We start and first with the GIWI Act, right? And then we begin now inside the Constitution. Inside the Persons with Disability Act, we don't be reviewed. We also don't make provisions for that day how persons with disability could be a tripartite recommendation. See, in elective and appointive positions, we will make sure say persons with disability are represented and make sure say it is progressive, starting at 2%, and then we could go up small. You know, questions about the first past the post and the PR system, whether not for the political parties and not for the people. And you know, I always don't be clear, say this work now, what could they do for the people? The point is that look, the PR system, you know, we need to understand them. And you know, when we understand that, we see say it's really representative of the people and wish. Now people and for no say, even the one way we don't practice in this country also 3 times, right? We don't use different models, right? So there are different models of PR, you know. But people they say, oh, they say not only GIWI Act for PR. No, GIWI Act not for PR, right? GIWI Act gets purposes where it is served for ensure that there's a minimum 30% representation for women, right? Not only in political space, but also in employment. We say any employer will get minimum 25 employees for make sure say at least 30% of those now women, including in decision-making positions. So it's broad. We are only saying that the PR system make the implementation of the requirement in the GIWI Act for elective positions, it make them easier for them.
We can talk more about that. The GIWI Act, what the woman they want, and say the PR system, we don't be concerned the type of electoral system we get for use inside 2028. Now inside the program, now time for relax and listen to this music break.
Try for go before I beg oh, do ya not make us slow? No. If I try for raise the tempo, do ya not make them low? Yes so. If I try for go before I beg oh, do ya not make us slow? No. If I try for raise the tempo, do ya not make them low? Yes so. Before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in unity. Yes so. Before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in harmony. Yes so. Don't before do them thing now we go make we smarter, thing now we go make we stronger, thing now we go make we nation last much longer. So we life them go better. Yes, so. But we for left then, tin then we go make me scatter.
Well, plenty thank you to Tima Waid for that from that song during before inside the program we in called Sing Them. The program we they listen a Good Morning Salon and we will bring come this edition. May your name na Yeno Kabia.
And may your name na Chengno Jalo. Good morning and welcome to the program again after this music break. It won't be a long and interesting discussion. However, inside the program we'll continue to look at more other issues. Go inside the Executive Director of the National Public Health Agency, Professor Fodesa, said the Salon Advanced Field Training Program will the launch now for Gisabi to public health professionals them about disease surveillance and other outbreak them working come na the country. For more on this, we could join Fatou Bakpa.
Epidemiologists na master sabi people inside the well body sector. We study and get sabi but how sick they spread, wetin they cause the sick, and how they go control them. This set of people now one way all key parts in any country in public health sector. But inside Salon, better system not be done day for train people and qualify them na this field. We make the Ministry of Health together with the African Field Epidemiology Network and other partner them don't launch the Salon Field Epidemiology Training Program for Gisabi to public health professional them and self students them na this field. We in the talk, the Executive Director for the National Public Health Agency, Dr. Fodesa, talk more about this training.
As a country, when Ebola struck, we had fewer than 5 trained field epidemiologists in the country. And that outbreak, we had over 4,000 Sierra Leoneans who lost their lives, and many of which were our health workers. As a country, we made a decision and built on it. In 2016, the FETP frontline was launched. And in 2018, the first cohort of the intermediate graduated. And from that cohort that graduated, we selected the best and sent them to Ghana to do the advanced training. So as of 2025, we had actually trained 18 cohorts of the frontline, 8 cohorts of the intermediate, and today we are launching the advanced program. From today, every tier of the epidemiology training is now done in Sierra Leone.
But waiting on the criteria for graduation, Dr. Fodesa explained.
Before you graduate, 1, you must take part in outbreak investigation and response. You must involve in a quality improvement and economic analysis and operational research. And you must write a manuscript for publication. You must plan an epidemiological study. And you must teach and mentor the tier below you. And last but not the least, a conference abstract must be presented or an oral presentation.
The Field Epidemiology Training Program, now one way get for B, na College of Medicine, we make the Deputy Vice Chancellor for College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences, Dr. James Russell Cole, talk more, but what in this mean?
The advanced FECTP will equip professionals to strengthen disease surveillance, guide policy, and lead academic response. The College of Medicine is proud to host this program through the Faculty of Public Health and Infectious Diseases. This MPH program aligns with the university mandate to deliver high-quality postgraduate education, conduct policy-relevant research.
The African Epidemiology Network, AFNET, now partner them to the Ministry of Health and this training program. We make the director of AFNET, Dr. Simon Antara, been get this for sale.
AFNET is proud to have partnered with the government of Sierra Leone and the US CDC since 2016 in strengthening workforce capacity, disease surveillance, public health emergency preparedness, and response. As the technical implementing partner for this program, we remain committed to supporting national institutions to ensure quality, sustainability, and long-term impact. The goal is not simply to train epidemiologists, but to help strengthen systems, institutions, and national leadership in public health.
But waiting this training go bring at the well body sector, the Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Demby, explained.
Let us have a system that have very, very well-trained people who understand disease burden, who are able to understand disease trends, who are able to prepare for, who are able to detect early, who are able to respond. Because if you do all of that, you're protecting your country, you're protecting your nation.
Dr. Austin Dembi ended up encouraged the first cohorts for this program. For all this program to end, as we say, this now one way for protect the country and plenty public health emergency them. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Fatu Nyangi Jibakwa the report.
Program they continue before cancel AG. Let now na time for let we relax and listen to Daddy Waka Boats.
Another morning again. Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday. Oh yeah. This week here, very important history that happen at the country, man. This week we been get the constitutional debate. Today I reach back again. Now budget business they go na parliament. Okay. Then tomorrow again we get then people when they interpret law. Then get the election. We hope to this election no go tell like that one na Kenyama Mr. Ibab. You are big this time around while you behave yourself, man. Because the history where you left na Kenyama City, you not go able left on a free tongue, man. You are going to behave like civilized people. Because it's like say una we know the law, it's like say na man business now they now know it. But anyway, they want to know. If it be say una go misbehave back na that place where they just renovate, I go to na ECOWAS court mine for misbehave of leading integrity. Now slow this back, you and then left back. How you do? They want the way they make that content for woman them. It's like say, Mr. Nis, like say people don't games with you, Miss Salon Board, people don't games with you. Auba. No more get the sense na this country, yeah. Mr. Nis, you say you no go resign, you say you don't hold that position, though. I say, me, I don't know what's on a problem at this country, yeah. Now, so back to count JSTV, you make people know they enjoy it. Pass way, down the country, count, and I make you enjoy it. But they take the cuckoo to Mukuwe, Bokuna, that birthday, na God one grand sabi. But anyway, I just tell her inform you say, people say, if you not resign now, all other people take on board. And also with the call on Ministry of Stories, do I look inside that issue there. The way gave me the plane at that birthday. I don't look understand mine. I see, we artists them. They go against that bubble, AJLA, for that music we sing, the menu. Wow, look the other artists, they win, Berefiba roast good. I see the other one, that slim one, where Fiba, like where you was sticking a banda. All man they explain at the entertainment, politics, the way they, even if chef the Baba will sing menu in the part of the menu, and later I know say the menu not correct, so boku pan the menu, enough for talk. I want to answer, so because you put rest na me mouth, enough for talk. He let you shove the spoon inside there, not for talk. But I not go blame you. Most of you don't sell integrity for Coco Yebe. You that one when big so now you mean the thing that against go. Bad thing then I use then I but anyway, I tell you me man, then people are not politicians. You fish them believe you, then go not say this Baba is not correct. Where you the talk about people them, we get integrity in this country. Uncle Fios, GA Justice, you not one of them man. Trust me, you not me man. Now you not the only AG where I see opposition party depressive not to be you. Plenty thing for don't capsize. They say if na that boy in charge, Tifo like social media. They say all Tifo don't pull paso. But Fios, AG. Keep it up, me man. Keep it up. You know, Daddy can say where you want to talk to Putin. Do small research. I do small research na side the way you don't work. And I not see Putin tell me one bad thing about you. The quality way they say about you na that, you respect all man. But one thing I want to advise you. Use your conscience. No follow them politicians the way don't old. Wait then at the road for Benco, for let them influence you, for let them pass law. We go damage the country integrity. You're not young man. You go long way for go. You're not a young man. You're not fine, but look why you smile. Now you smile like Uncle Alpha. Do ya let them pape they no influence you for pass any law. When you go to Donna, you corner Bamba, begin member say if I be new. Me na the honorable Piki Wakabot.
Where they listen to na Good Morning Saloon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get the Attorney General and Minister of Justice na the program Alpha Cisse. We don't dey talk about waiting citizen them for no. For sake of the 2025 constitutional amendments bill where they now na Parliament, as member of Parliament them don't they talk on them. Let me come to Mr. Minister. You don't talk on the difference in them where people for no and the 50+1 now one area where people get concerned. Talking about runoff because Salon. Even the 55% for somebody for get harm, plenty say election they don't go on off. If somebody not gets this 50+1, waiting next.
So again, I think one of the things I want to make clear to Fambul and that when you in systems we get 50+1, it not eliminate runoff completely. It only reduce the chance of runoff substantially. Systems and we not get runoff system now the one that we get just simple majority say would I lead not in win, but systems that we get 50+1 it means say if you not get 50+1 then there'll be a runoff. We neighbor them with the next door Liberia, then your constitution require 50+1. Remember say in the most recent election between former President George Opongwea and the current President, President Boakai. Now 50+1. When they go in the first round of the election, nobody not get the 50+1. There was a runoff in Liberia. But then, countries then where they practice them, not to all time runoff day. Runoff not as frequent as we will get in we own system. Because we own system, the record shows say each time you get new candidates, we get we get runoff. Remember 96, Pakaba and Pakaifa Smart go into runoff before Pakaba win in the second round. In 2007, former President Nkrumah and former Vice President Solomon Bewa go into a runoff. And then we come to 2018, where President Bio and Dr. Samuel Kama go into a runoff. The incumbents don't always avoid the runoff, but most time in the first round of election, it don't lead you into a runoff. So this not eliminate them completely, but it reduced the chances substantially because somebody more likely forget that majority of votes when are more than half of the votes in an election than the 55%.
Ever since this discussion come up for amending the 1991 constitution, one thing we also don't see now outside people live. Even the speaker sometimes at parliament they push for idea for make we able forget the same PR system something like PR system at the executive level. Anything captured like that one inside this constitution?
Well, they as a proposal in the bill, but we don't indicate say it is something that we want for discuss because the winner takes all approach to governance don't cause a lot of problems then. So yes, some people don't interpret and say would they say for shape the power. We're not saying you get power sharing, but then the point is that would they say, we propose say, in constituting the executive, the president for able to give consideration to the performance of other political parties in the makeup of the executive branch of government, whether na ministerial appointment now, whether na appointment to public institutions, so whether na appointment to ambassadorial positions, so then when you go be considered, we're not going to lay out very clear terms, say, where this person get this percentage, now this percentage you forget in government. But you say, may the president consider the makeup of the country. And that then the president called for in his State of the Union address, in his state opening of Parliament address. The president not being say directly, so at the Asti now we could get PR at the executive level. The president means saying, let us have a genuine dialogue on PR at the executive level. You see, because the winner takes all approach to governance don't affect we a great deal in this country also. And so yes, it's a conversation that we want to have and see whether the final document will come out of Parliament, whether that is something that will be included, say, for me, the president consider that, just like how they do with women's representation.
Let me also move to another way, very much topical. We are the qualifications of members of Parliament. Before now, we get, section 76 subsection. What we say, then they decide not like it and quick for the audience. Them we, decide not is it disqualification for member of Parliament. Section 76 subsection 1A. They say if he is a naturalized citizen of Sierra Leone or a citizen of a country other than Sierra Leone, having become such a citizen voluntarily or is under a declaration of allegiance of such a country, means say like not qualify for being a member of Parliament. We still need to do something around this particular clause. What exactly we want for do?
Well, the point is that that clause in the constitutional section and the constitution don't be interpreted for mean say Sierra Leoneans by birth, we for one reason or the other don't they abroad and don't get citizenship of another country, whether na Liberian citizenship you take, or Guinea, or America, or United Kingdom, or Germany, or some other country in Europe, or or Africa. Say we don't interpret that provision for men that disqualify you from running for parliamentary office for parliamentary election. So what we want to do we really in a best practice in other countries. Now that people go abroad, we listen the Honorable Wiata Sunga. We talk in Parliament about the reason we make him even take a UK passport. People they take citizenship in them countries and they for different reasons. But one thing we know, plenty of them people in there, now the diaspora, that now disconnects them. This is home. Now they build their house. Now they plan for retire. Some of them they come. Now they invest in charity. Then they come and they build schools them. They build hospitals them. Some of them as they come so. Then go to them villages and some of them they under.
Well, still go give somebody go say still give them divided loyalty or allegiance.
Not necessarily. The debts are not informed that. If you watch other countries, we don't open the space. They not informed that. Of course, you say you give them divided loyalty. Then they yonder then get the option for just focus on life yonder. But all waiting they make they bring canal. So matter of fact, people they pay attention to, the percentage of the economy. Now countries like Salon where they be driven by remittances. When are people abroad, but also look at them this way. Even the political parties, right? A major source of finance for them. Now the contribution for the diaspora branches. Plenty of them diaspora branches here. So the members are made up of people who don't take up citizenship from them countries, but then still keep themselves in this country in politics. Then they can also wait election time reach, then register, then vote, then continue for support them families, continue for invest at them villages. Plenty of them find out them village and then build us, not to even inside Botong. So not to even like place like Botong or Kenema or Freetown. So why would they eliminate them one and day? So all we are saying, made them able for participate, but just like some countries. In fact, as we get this debate, Ghana they get the same debate. We will be very clear. See, for a position like the presidency, you don't forget any other citizenship. If you want for run for the presidency, then you get for renounced citizenship of any other country.
There's a caveat to that one day also. Because the qualification will be president, one among them, if you qualify for being a member of Parliament.
Yes.
So if you don't qualify for being a member, I want for manage that situation.
No, we can add an extra qualifier for the presidency.
Okay.
You understand? We can add an extra qualifier, which is, say, for whole citizenship of any other country. But then for, other positions like members of Parliament, etc., if you're able, but we put safeguards. One safeguard we would put is that if you're able to establish, say, for 5 years, at least 5 years preceding that election day, you don't pay local taxes. That means you tie yourself to a community in this country, so who say you pay local taxes everywhere you are abroad. And then we also don't put, say, we also propose saying, for at least 24 months before that, if for sure say you don't be physically resident in this country, that means you're not just like fly-by-night candidate. Time which you come and then where the election no right, so you don't get symbol, you go back. We want to make sure say you are here. You understand the dynamics at the ground. You relate with the people and the community who you want to represent. Then you can able to become candidate. Then when sufficient safeguards them for make sure say loyalty dinner also. You understand? For make sure say you're really invested in the country now, but really considering all waiting with diaspora brothers and sisters they do for we country, how involved they are, how much they feel themselves as part of this country. We can't continue for eliminating. Even if you go to the African Union Charter, the African Union Charter don't make the African diaspora as one of the regions of the African Union. So how we will do all of that, but then political participation we limit them to this extent here. So these are the issues we would try for address. These are the problem we would try for solve.
Okay, AG continue for the return of the program. Now they continue for read with second set of message. This one from Ibrahim Sise, they say justice is measured not by what the law permits, but by the trust it's preserved. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, if this Constitution Amendments Bill lead to an extension of the tenure of the current Parliament or the President, what constitutional principle will justify such a decision, as governments fully consider how such a development could affect public confidence, democracy, accountability, and the rule of law?
This other person, Nico, might say, good morning to democracy. Mr. Minister, a position paper was made by the Sierra Leone disability issue, but was that, factored in the constitutional amendment?
This one, they say, from whose friend Kamara on our Facebook page, they say, can you please address the reform for Section 2 on what citizens are going to expect?
This other person again, our Facebook page, it is say, give back power to the people. Let us choose who should represent us and not the political parties. If the parties select a candidate that do not want, we move to an independent candidate. Democracy should be government of by and for the people and not by the political parties, which your PR system is doing.
This one from Ansumana Komba, they say, now if this bill is accepted, will President Bio's term of office be extended to November 2028 instead of the time in previous year? Do we have any gap rights in this bill?
This other person, Abdul Rashid Dakona, it is say, AG, my question is, will there be a referendum as part of the review of the 1991? I think this will be the answer.
This one
at the first set of text messages.
From Samuel Bokai, they say, AG, what about Lebanese Sierra Leonean whose grandparents were born here, whose parents were also born here, and who themselves were born in Sierra Leone? Are they considered parts of the dual citizenship category? If so, do we have the rights to contest for elective public office? If not, why?
This other person, they say in Kayela B Bangwe, they say if we pass all these laws and end up lost the upcoming election, it go feel film because this go seriously hurt now, like how it been happened during Albert Maga in term 1967 general elections.
Abu Kelly, they say, why are we focusing only on amending the electoral provision of the Constitution rather than undertaking a comprehensive review of the entire Constitution?
Mohamed Lamin Bag on our Facebook page, they say we do not need this bill in Sierra Leone.
This one, they say the Constitutional Amendments Bill is the right time in the right direction. Kudos to AG and President Bio for taking the bold step to amend the 1991 Constitution.
You know, I think for me, another one day, I'll go for take for now.
The last one I will take now with Facebook page. They say, AG, while we appreciate your efforts, but the 50+1 system still entails run-off, which has always been categorized to the citizen and the business community and the economy. So can we please stick to simple majority and reduce politics and focus on growth?
You know, quick one again, this other person we na Bash Didon from Aberdeen, it is saying the democracy, please ask the Attorney General about discussions related to presidential term limits in the new constitution. Is there any discussion related to presidential term limits?
This one from John Samora, they say we know exactly what we need to know. Well, as some of the messages then that Mr. Minister Modi, who after the program you go read them back. Modi will go able for answer to. You go respond now to the messages then.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Quickly, first question, whether this bill here, so to extend the life of parliament or president, we don't get any provision like that inside this bill here. So on the issue of disability issues, yes, we receive the position paper, and we don't consider, and I've been saying earlier that, we look at disability issues broadly. That's don't be factored into how we don't review the Persons with Disability Act, as well as how we will review other aspects of the Constitution. Family will even say we even consider this where we look at the Criminal Justice, the Criminal Procedure Act, because we make special provision there, say even persons with disability and how they engage with the justice system. Nothing and the way we need for be given consideration. And then of course, one for make sure say we review sections 27 of the Constitution for make sure say it completely eliminates discrimination. In fact, you see certain words in matter. In fact, right now inside the Constitution, say the states go take step for discourage discrimination. Even that word there, we change them, it means a lot, because now we change and say the state go take step for prohibit, from discourage to prohibit. So all that don't be considered. Somebody say forgive power to the people to choose their representative. I think say this some people maybe for lack of understanding or something else don't give this wrong impression, say under PR system people they choose their representative. It is wrong. The point is that there are different models of PR. In Salon, all the time that we don't practice PR, we don't practice a closed list system. So they see the names of the people where you even vote for. But other countries we get the open list PR system. We are in they see the names of the candidate in name you choose. That nine are the open list. You understand? We can choose for practice now, so practice that now. So other countries we actually they get the political parties for run primaries, for determine who gets on the list. We can choose forget that now. So what we want make people understand is sometimes even when you get the best laws, right? Even first past the post. If you not get good leadership within the political parties for applying laws, then they bring you to the same problem. Because even when we practice first past the post, we don't get stories in this country. So who say political parties don't run constituency election for get candidates and say the political leadership don't change the entire list under first past the post. So it's not a guarantee. So basically what we try to tell people that the PR system, there are a lot of good reasons for it. It ensures we get broad representation. It ensures really we get rid of this stronghold mentality wherein you get one political party now in they represent an entire district. What to make you for actually get a system wherein one party gets 55% of the votes in a particular district, another party get 45%. But then all the representatives, another 55% then go represent. So that is the problem. These are some of the issues then we will discuss for address. So that way the broad representation go there for even if you get 20%, if you get 30%, those people who don't go vote in that 20-30%, they'll go be represented. But the point is that we know saying for make this work, we get for make sure say we build systems within the political parties. We make a requirement for them. We are in. Then go run primaries. We are in the members them, and they go determine who that gets on the list. Parliament go decide. We don't make Parliament decide with the mode of nomination and election. Parliament can decide say we'll get an open list. We are in addition to the primaries, people are actually able to see the names of the people who vote for. Parliament can also decide say if somebody they represent a particular locality, whether we call them a constituency or a cluster or a district. Again, people can for understand say constituencies are not fixed geographical boundaries. They are political electoral boundaries. A constituency can be a small location inside a district. It can be a combination of wards. It can be a cluster. A constituency can be an entire district. But this time now, what we even propose, if we say now the constituency system or now the cluster system, you make sure say even the bill list now from that locality there. So that way, if somebody needs to be replaced, it will be replaced directly from that locality there, and the people can get a say in that. So these are all measures that have been put in place. So we don't want to make, some people them position for discourage you for do the PR who really know say good for we as a country. And we want to make that be a reason for many people and feel say you're taking power away from their hands.
So, Mr. Minister, one thing we plenty people will get concerned, we're not clear now that the type of PR system where the country go use for the 2028 general election. Now, whose type will be proposed inside the bill?
We propose a district block PR system, but then we also propose inside the bill say Parliament can now, through a separate legislation, determine the type or district block, but Parliament will determine how persons will be nominated and elected
through the district block
through
system.
the district block system. So that now Parliament can decide, say, all right, the district will be split into different clusters, or it will be split into different constituencies. Parliament will decide, say, political parties for run open primaries. We are in the members decide for vote for nominate. Parliament can decide, say, we do an open list system where the voters go able to see the names of the people we then want to represent them. Parliament can decide, say, the replacement, the bill list for come from that particular cluster, not the broad district. So that way, if person need to be replaced, directly from yonder. But again, we don't say for ensure say we keep the representation for women them. We want to make sure say even the safe seats we will create for women them within the minimum 30% threshold. We make sure say that list even the bill list, the replacements in case somebody need to be replaced. Not just woman and so if woman go, now woman for come, so we'll keep everything intact.
Make I take you back to one of the texts that we're concerned, and also some time ago, I think inside this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, yes, we host some political party. Them then concerned say because of that disqualification of members of parliament, now one for me reshape them to a point that people are moving now Sierra Leone and born go for contest for member of parliament. They interpret them for BCFK, even foreign nationalism. What the member I think somebody text similar thing to that one there. I know you answer me. Let me come for going back to you. Even for contest.
We talk about foreign national once mama and papa born now. The law right now that if you and when are born picking abroad, because una na Sierra Leoneans, that picking they be considered as a Sierra Leonean by birth. That's the law. They get all rights we mean to get in this country also. Now, of course, the question is somebody asked now for one day with Lebanese descent. We law actually right now get this thing about Negroid African descent. Say, if you come get somebody from a black race. Now we did in consultations because, as I say, one of the new chapters will come into the Constitution. Now a full chapter on citizenship. That chapter they go determine, it will define who that's really not a Sierra Leonean. Waiting qualify you for be a Sierra Leonean. With the rights and responsibilities we laid out to you as a Sierra Leonean. It will be a standalone chapter. And the point is that this will be a recommendation from the Cowan Committee. That again, even before we draft and conclude them, we'll make sure say all interest groups are consulted and make sure say we put a proposal inside the Constitution. We will reflect the people in perspectives and wishes about who that's really for being Sierra Leonean.
Mr. Minister, this work for doing citizenship for contest or not, don't be serious concern. If they follow social media, one person don't raise this concern and that's how everybody know if them come out in family, them everybody. He say don't try to forget that it don't be one big problem. Then recently we see the chief minister in WEF don't go get citizenship. So let me talk now about the citizen and the chief minister in WEF explain this part. So if Kate say one can contest for member of parliament and get rights for contest.
Kate's not going to qualify for contest because Kate is a naturalized citizen. The Constitution very clear under section 76 say somebody not go qualify for run for parliament if you are a naturalized citizen. So I don't know, I see people that come after the chief minister unfairly. One, of course, it gets all the rights.
What is the difference between Kate and Nasayu?
So again, persons, we, according to the law, this is not an old law, we don't deny this country. We're not of Negroid African descent. Even when them born here, the law consider them for being naturalized Sierra Leoneans. They consider them for being Sierra Leoneans by birth. Now, a lot of people say it's a law with discriminatory because you get countries who say Sierra Leoneans, they born picking them, they become Sierra Leoneans by birth. and then we not get that. These are all the things and we will get for discuss in this new chapter on citizenship, and really get a clear definition on who that na a Sierra Leonean, you know, whether by birth or by naturalization, and make sure say we get something where, you know, go make as a country we look forward.
So just to be clear, Mr. Minister, a lot of people don't understand, but again, just to be clear, they say for anybody who in a white color, even if this bill has so passed, not go for contest for member of parliament, even if Naya born.
So that not the current law.
Not the current law.
The current law is that for make somebody be considered a Sierra Leonean by birth, it get for be somebody born of parents or grandparents winner of Negroid African descent. Now we get all the concerns about that. That's not the current law. So we'll take this thing step by step, right? Right now, the proposal we get now the bill, and in the presentation we'll make a parliament. Now that Sierra Leoneans by birth will hold citizenships of other countries, where before now the constitution go exclude from participation in the political process through elections, make that disqualification be removed.
Okay. So again, in terms of election, still on election, but if somebody na a white, a born naya, or don't naturalize, it take entitled to vote?
Right. Of course they vote.
Okay.
They vote.
But they vote for them.
No, you not just qualify for an election.
So, Mr. Minister, away from that, the Bar Association, they start today, and tomorrow they get the annual general meeting, who side then gets for all election. You know somebody we don't they oversee them as per the waiting the law say. So what do you expect from them, and you message to lawyers them as they prepare now for the annual general meeting where they begin to then have been so many.
Well, I excited that we get an annual general meeting of the Sierra Leone Bar Association today and tomorrow. I excited that we will get very interesting discussions. You know, I even meant for make a statement na the AGM. I excited that you know, the discussions, you know, around trade, etc. You know, go enrich we practice, but also the Bar Association in AGM. Now always a chance for make we get together as lawyers, get camaraderie, etc. You see, on Fridays, normally now African I can work today I didn't suit because after here I get for put me tie and get. Of course I get for vote. Me na
who's camp
member. No, not in any camp. Me not in any camp.
Between two people that think being able to get that kind of charisma for handle the man.
No, I can't. Me not the titular head of the bar, and so waiting I want now for make sure say the bar function very well. For make sure say we get a very successful AGM, and you know the bar continue for fulfilling in functions then, you know, as a gatekeeper for democracy, for strengthening the rule of law, for engage with government, you know, work with government on some of them reforms here, so where we undertake as a country. So I'm excited. We get 2 candidates for the presidency. We get other candidates and we they run for other positions there. At the end of it all, this could be a family affair, something where we all go celebrate and function as an effective bar association.
Plenty thank you joining at the program in the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Alpha Cisse, where they are who say they talk about what is citizen them for sake of the 2025 constitutional amendments bill where they now in Parliament. We wish you all the best. We hope after Monday the outcome we go come back na this medium and talk to people waiting will be the outcome after Monday.
Well, now to the program, we'll for today. Plenty thank you to the production team, Sapchi, Kalon, and support from Kabia, and also we get with technical team where we can able forget to be on different platforms. Then Facebook, America Mabangwa, we can able for watch our live Facebook program and self YouTube channel and self DJ Kman give you technical support. We can able forget to be on the frequency 98.1 FM. So till meet again, same station. We bring this program Kantuna this morning. My name na Chengno Jalo.
And my name na Kabia Tata.